Crisis that condo owners are facing with rising costs.
Urgent evacuation for hundreds of residents living in this 14-story Miami Beach condo.
I cannot think about the future.
A lot of emotional stress and financial stress going on in Florida condo real estate market.
Rules come with a hefty price tag for owners of older buildings.
Florida's condo market is a bubble poised to burst, and more than a third of those condos lie in Miami-Dade and Broward counties.
These things nobody expected, and it is a nightmare, as this news says.
It's $450 a month for the condo fee. First month we moved in here, it went to $550. After a year, it went to $750. Now it's at $950, and with the new reserve requirements, they're talking about it going to $1,100, $1,200 a month.
So is this condo real estate market is going to improve?
Condo owners who tell us the rising fees are now forcing them to make some very difficult decisions.
I want to highlight, before we talk about that, let's figure out what are the issues right now going. And it's not just about the insurance, but there are some other things we will be talking about, which is hard to come out because it is a little bit disturbing. Welcome to my new video. My name is Komal and I run a local real estate team. And if you're looking to invest, buy or sell in South Florida or in general Florida area, we are here to help out. So let's talk about the topic condos. So this is the very wide topic we'll be talking about, first focusing on the problems, what is going on. So if you're researching online, then definitely you will see the first point why Florida condo owners are frustrated. That's number one reason is insurance. And definitely it is true, because this is not just today's problem. This has been an issue since many years, and it's just not in Florida. If you see any other states also where there is associations, HOAs, things are not in control. But let's break down why Florida, especially right now in the news, and why those numbers are nightmares for condo owners. So that's one of the reasons, of course, is a hurricane. But again, hurricanes are not just happening in Florida today. It's been years and years. That is an issue, natural calamities Florida has been facing. But as the condo buildings are getting older, the repairs are more expected. And since the subside collapse happened, it's been more coming in a light, which is for a safety purpose also. And there are some other reasons we'll be discussing why property insurance have gone up, that we'll be talking in a minute. But that's one of the main reasons Florida insurance prices have gone up. And in general, not only just condos, but single family also went up. But the condo, what's the difference is homeowner does not pay, cover the repairs or replacements of the exterior walls, which is covered by the HOA. So that is the reason, if the HOA's insurance has been increased, that definitely the total price of the HOA numbers will be increased. But this is nightmares, then especially the numbers. One paying around $100 per month, they have to pay more than $800 per month. Plus assessment fees. These are some extra fees we'll be talking about. I'll break down what are those fees, and that's very, very important to know if you're buying a condo, especially in Florida area. And those fees have been added especially recently, because most of the buildings in Florida, in South Florida especially, are more than 40 years old, and they have to go through the 40-year recertification inspection, and most of them are coming with the issues. And that is why the HOA has to work on those problems. But the problem is HOA's policies are not transparent, and that is one of the reasons the numbers are very ridiculously higher. So I've seen some condo buildings have ridiculous numbers, like more than 100,000 also collecting from the condo owners, and it's very ridiculous. Plus monthly prices, like let's say we don't even go to the beach sides condo building, even though you go to the suburbs, like I live in Coral Springs area, I have never seen in Coral Springs HOAs going more than $700. And this is coming now norm. There are properties, my own investment properties, even my clients' investment properties, which we bought with the condo prices around $300, and those have increased more than $650 easily. And I'll show you some examples of those buildings, and it is a nightmare for the condo owners. My own clients, they have been thinking to sell the properties because the numbers are not making sense anymore for, even though they bought from themselves, But still, why to pay that much high HOAs? Plus, this whole building is completely vacant right now, and they are going through full construction of the building. If you see it all on the front, they started. This part is all done. They started with another building, pool area, a lot of things happening there. So old building can, have assessment fees anytime. If they don't have it, there is a chances of getting those. So what is assessment fees? Assessment fees is extra repair costs. Let's say there's like a building needs new garage areas, or roof has to be changed after a couple of years, or structural changes they have to do. All those numbers, even though condo has a reserve, there is a chances they would put on the condo owners, even though they have a reserve. So reserves are, there are certain amounts of number from the monthly fees, it goes to the reserve. So that's why, let's say if you heard about like 5% reserve or 10% reserve, those kind of numbers are with the HOA bank accounts. But even though they have those, there is a chances they can directly put on condo owners collecting those assessment fees. And that's also coming very nightmare numbers, which I just told you, more than even 100,000 sometimes in a bigger buildings. I have seen it. And in an average prices around 15,000 to 25,000, that's kind of average in any kind of building they can put. And this could be yearly, and they do break down for monthly, but again, you already have a HOA fees, then assessment fees is added monthly, it goes with the ridiculous numbers. So that is one of the biggest nightmare. People bought condos where their HOAs were only $70 monthly, and now they are paying more than $800 or $900. And with the old building living, it's kind of nightmare. Number two is rules of those condo buildings. So there is a news just recently I saw, the owner wanted to live in that condo. She didn't want it to sell, even though builder offered her pretty good number, like around I think 680,000 or something. And still, she didn't want it to sell that condo. But the developer bought majority of the unit, and since he bought the majority, there's a rule. If there is, third of the condo units, if developer buys, then automatically whoever didn't say yes, they have to sell the property. So those are the weird rules which someone has to follow. Like even though it's your own property, but technically it's not your own, unless it's a single family house. So a lot of people don't like because of that also. And this is happening a lot, especially in South Florida area, because as I told you, the buildings have been very, very old. And after the Surfside collapse, the city became very strict. All those extra fees are not affordable. A lot of buildings, they have to empty their houses because they are not secure buildings. So if the inspection certain things comes up, like structural problems comes up, they are not allowed to stay at the house. So all those problems are, kind of giving the way for the developers to take over those buildings. I mean, I'm sure that in other ways, it's going to help to develop the new buildings, because most of the buildings are more than 40 or 50 years old, and they just doing the random renovations is not going to help those buildings. But at the same time, some people are not happy because is their savings attached with that condo, and people are forcing to sell them, which as a human psychology, they wouldn't like it. Number three, my main unhighlighted, like it doesn't come too much into the attention, but it is true, the scams happening by HOAs. And I have heard in my career a lot of scams like money laundering or charging unnecessary extra, discriminating even homeowners, because the HOA rules are weird. They are not very transparent. It goes by, they do make the board, but again, board is very internal. So like, let's say if there are 100 plus units, not everybody would be aware about how those rules have been changed or implemented, and the HOAs are not liable to share those things, and that has been running since many years. So whoever the core members are, they could do any kind of fraud, and this has been like multiple times it came in the news. And who knows, those people got caught, but there are many others who are not caught and not providing the good service to the homeowners, especially in condos or retirement residents, like whose last amount of their savings are attached to their property. And I really feel sorry about that, like why, this kind of things are not very transparent. And I wish the rules becomes like from the government comes where they have to release all changes or whatever the rules and regulation to every individuals, and everybody has the rights to talk and get permission to kind of have open communication to the board. And those kind of things right now is hard, and I hope those changes if the government brings that can help the Florida condo market, because there are some other stuff which are not in our control, like insurances. And one of the reasons for the insurances are a lot of carriers have been moved out from Florida, even though some are coming back, but still since last 2 big hurricanes, it's been crazy. Even single family houses are hearing way higher insurances than like what we used to have. So forget about the condo. That's something, again, is a third party thing. So they control the numbers. There is no justification from them. They have to give by the rules. So that is the reason we see a big nightmares calling in Florida real estate market. There are some other videos about the condos I made. I mean, if you want to do more research about it, definitely watch those videos. And it's very important to be informed if we are buying, selling, or even investing in Florida real estate market. Thank you for watching.